Hello partners in mission, joyful greetings to you all. I am so delighted to reflect along with you on servant leadership for the reflection series Minutes with Don Guanella. What is servant leadership and what are its characteristics or the two important aspects of our reflection today? Number one, what is servant leadership? Before entering into discussing about the servant leadership, let us see what are the other types of leadership that we come across in our daily lives. Number one, transformational leadership. It's all about survival of the intelligence. This type of leaders would create space and situations and atmosphere for those who are intellectually strong and professionally efficient and skillful in their performances. There is no place for weak, vulnerable, fragile and less learned. There is space only for intellectually proficient and efficient people. The second type is transactional leadership. It's all about reward and punishment. Those who are performing well, those who are skillful are promoted. Those who are weak, less learned, less performing are fired. If you have skill, you are promoted. If you are weak, you don't have space to develop or improve. Rather, you are fired out. The third type is situational leadership. It's all about changing according to the circumstances, changing one's attitude according to the situations. The leaders of this type would request their associates, would approach their assistants and the subjects and the staff members with all their sugar-coated words. When they need something to be done, some works to be accomplished, some project to be achieved, they approach their own associates with the sugar-coated words. And once things are done, they least bother about them. They have least respect for them. They don't value their personhood. Rather, they just see them as objects of some accomplishment or completion of the work. The fourth type is autocritic leadership. It's all about giving commands and orders. Leaders of this type would always focus on commanding and ordering people. There is no space for emotions. There is no place for love and bond. There is no relativity and connectivity. Just ordering people because they think they are the greatest people in the world and they are the center of their existence. The other type would be laissez-faire leadership. It's all about escaping the situations, escaping the responsibility and the duties. Leaders of this type would never contribute anything from them. They would never participate in any task. Rather, they would always escape the situations, escape from their duties and the roles and the responsibilities. Rather, they would pressurize their own associates, their own people, their own subjects, their own staff members to do all their works. But at the end, they would like to have the fame and the name and the appreciation and acknowledgement. Like this, there are so many types of leaderships that don't respect people's value, that don't recognize the dignity of human person. Rather, they just use people as means of some achievement or some accomplishment. But servant leadership is something unique and special. In servant leadership, there is family spirit. There is bond of charity. There is participative decision making. There is a collective achievement. And everyone is equal and everyone is appreciated with equality and equity. So, what are the characteristics of servant leadership? Number one, listening. What is listening? Listening is giving our complete presence to the person and to the situations. Being present totally is listening. Sometimes what happens when we listen to somebody, when we listen ourselves to some situations, we just present our body, but our mind and the soul go somewhere. True listening is giving one's total self, listening with body, mind and the soul. A keen attention is to be given in listening. And the other characteristic of the servant leadership is empathy. We all know the difference between sympathy and empathy. Sympathy means feeling sorry for the person or feeling sorry for the situations, just feeling level. But empathy is from feeling level to action level. If I actualize, if I personify my feeling, then I am empathetic. It's about bringing the feeling into enfleshment, acting upon the situations or acting on the persons to bring the best out of their own conditions is empathetic. And the third characteristic of servant leadership is altruistic in nature. It's not about I, it's about we. It's not about me, it's about us. Many a time what happens, we think about me, I, myself, we become self-centered, self-righteous, and self-buried. It's so sad. We are falling once again into the prey of narcissism. In the ancient time, narcissism was considered to be something very bad. But now, this narcissism has taken a new form, a new birth in Facebook, in Instagram, in WhatsApp, in all the other social media. Because everywhere people project or post their own selves, their own pictures, their own achievements, their own centrality. They fail to extend their hands to the others. When men look handsome, when they give their hands to somebody in service. So it is in altruistic nature we become beautiful and handsome and dignified. It's not when we are centered about me, I and our own selves. It is in giving we become blessed. It is in giving we become grace. It is in giving we become wonderful persons. Okay, the other aspect, the other characteristic of servant leadership is family spirit. Whether it is a biological family or a professional family or nominal family, we all of us are called to be brothers and sisters of one God's mission, that is promotion of dignity of human persons. We all of us have the image and likeness of God. No matter what is our conditions, what is our situations, what is our status, we all of us have the image and likeness of God that is equivalent in nature and the value. We have to respect everyone with our biological bond. We have to consider everybody as brothers and sisters. Then the other characteristic of servant leadership is promoting the skills of the others, giving space and time for the promotion of the skills of the others. As a servant leader, everyone has to create space, time and situations for the excellence of the other. We have to see the best in the others and try to bring out the best out of oneself with our own contribution, encouragement, appreciation, acknowledgement and affirmations. And the other aspect in servant leadership is inclusivity. We don't exclude anybody from our community or committee or agency. Everyone is respected duly. Everyone is given justice and excellence. Everyone is cared for with compassion, love and mercy. There is no excluding anybody in the name of caste, religion and race, status and conditions. Everyone is equally respected and dignified. And the other aspect in the servant leadership is healing the brokenness and welcoming the rejected and embracing everybody in one spirit of love. So dear brothers and sisters in Christ, let us examine our conscience. Whether we are autocritic leaders or situational leaders or business leaders or transactional leaders or transformational leaders or laissez-faire leaders or servant leaders. It is in servant leadership we raise our family in holiness. It is in servant leadership we raise our companies and agency in success. It is in servant leadership we raise our community and the society in goodness. So let us be brothers and sisters of servant leadership. That's where our dignity and human priority is valued. My blessings. Thank you.